Hi, and welcome to part number one of Getting Results Through Others, a training class for managers and supervisors. In our introduction, we talked about how managers, where managers come from today, and we mentioned that most managers today have their MBA, and we said that was they became a manager by accident or by association. So again, being in the right place at the right time, maybe the son or daughter of the owner, or maybe the longest tenured, and all of a sudden you move from staff to manager in this flip of a switch. Congratulations, and now you're a manager. So we said that's how most of our managers are formed today. So the second question then was, if we're going to be a manager, what skills do we need to have to be effective, to get results through others? And we talked about 9, helping team members be productive, effectively communicating, activity and results, which is time management, clarifying of goals and expectations, how to motivate people to produce, training techniques that work so that we can be great delegators, decision making and problem solving, creating synergistic teamwork, and customer service. So today in this first session, we're going to do a very brief section from our best-selling program, which is called Getting Results Through Others. And the focus of the short workshop here will be on helping team members be more productive. I'll try to keep it short and make sure you have something that you can take right back and put to work immediately. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's start with a definition, and a definition of the two words effective management. And effective management can be defined this way. Management is achieving results through others. That's the goal of being effective as a manager, is getting results through others, or predetermined results through others. So if that's the goal, how do we do that? And let's dig in with that a little bit a little bit further. Well, one big problem we have if you're an MBA is that just because you've been given a title, manager, doesn't necessarily mean that people will respect you or will follow your lead. And you see this every day in organizations that we cross. And when staff doesn't believe in you, you start to see things like insincere agreement, passive resistance, minimal effort, a lack of quality engagement from the employees. And this is most often a sign of not having a respect for your manager. Again, that's not your fault. Just yesterday you were a staff member. But what I'd like to talk today about is what are some things you can do to gain the respect of your employees so that people will follow you. When you're respected, people will follow you. You'll see them go the extra mile. You'll see them initiate work and follow through. They'll contribute to creative ideas for improvement, and you'll see them become fully engaged. And what we talk about with employee engagement is meaning that they're going to give their all, and that's what we need to run our businesses successfully. So let's dig in. Let's talk about how can we build respect. If that's what it's going to take for people to follow us, how do we build that respect? There are 7 steps to help you build respect with your staff. Number 1 is be credible. Say what you will do and do what you will say. These are all fundamental basics. As I say them, you may even say to yourself, that's obvious. But let's put a plan together so that we can build that respect. Number 1, be credible. Say what you will do and do what you'll say. Number 2, be trustworthy. Tell the truth, even if it's painful. And when you're a manager and a supervisor, there are going to be times that you have to be truthful, and it's not going to be comfortable. But it's important to build the trust of your staff. Number 3 is be respectful. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. And maybe even the next step of that is treat people the way they want to be treated. And that's that next level of motivation and being respected by your staff. So be respectful. Number 4, be consistent. Hey, people fear the unknown. And if your staff has no idea how you're going to react in different situations, they're going to be scared. When your team knows how you're going to respond to a given situation, that creates a safety net for them, and they'll be more likely to perform at a high level. So be consistent within your actions. That's step number 4. Step number 5 is be supportive. Provide the resources and remove obstacles. And that's a big part of being a manager, is providing those resources. Help them remove their obstacles, and you will gain their respect. Next, be appreciative. It does not take very long to say these words. Thank you. Thank you. Or provide some feedback on their work or their effort. It's so easy, and it's such a way to build respect with your staff. Be appreciative for their work. Finally, be humble. Encourage your team to feel that you can identify them. Use things like saying, I felt the same way when that happened to me, or I've been in this situation and this is what I saw. So be humble, Don't use that badge of management or supervisor, being a supervisor that's above and beyond the work that your employees are doing. So let's review that again. Be credible, be trustworthy, be respectful, be consistent, be supportive, be appreciative, and be humble. And you will earn the respect of your staff, and then they'll be willing to follow you. Okay, so now how can you take this from the screen and put it to work for you? What I'd like you to do is get a piece of paper and make it look something similar to this. So you're going to divide it down the middle, and on the far left-hand column, list the 7 areas that we talked about when it comes to building trust. Credibility, trustworthy, respectful, consistent, supportive, appreciative, and humble. And you're going to list those down your left-hand column. Now, your page is divided into 2. In the first column, I want you to list your actions that you've done or already done in the past to help build your credibility and your trustworthiness and your respectfulness. What are some things that you're already doing that are working? And this is where we want to celebrate your current strengths. So stick with those and understand what they are. Now, in the right-hand column, I'd like you to list a few future actions that you can take to help increase your credibility, your trustworthiness, respectfulness. How can you be more consistent, more supportive, more appreciative, and more humble? And I'd like you to take a minute to list that in the future column. Once you've done that, use this as a list to write a plan of action to help increase the level of trust that you have currently with your staff. You'll see that they'll notice this, they'll be more respectful of you, and work with you to help get those results you're looking for. This is the end of the first segment that we have, focusing on helping team members be more productive, which is going to happen through you. And so we've got these steps in place for you. In our next study, we'll work on effectively communicating and connecting with people, a big challenge in most organizations. So stay tuned for that. On this screen is all of my contact information. If I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck to you. Keep developing, and we'll look forward for you in session number 2. Thanks. Bye-bye.